Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, wherever you're watching me from. My name is Walter, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, as you can all see, today we'll be creating this simple, amazing, and beautiful birthday poster. So, without further ado, let's dive right into the process. But before we start, please subscribe to this channel. Just click the subscription button. You can comment, share, like this video. You can as well click the notification bell so that when I upload a new content, you will be the first to see it. So let's go. So we are in Photoshop already, so let's go to create here. Create. So we can name this file birthday. Alright, so the dimension we'll be using is 1080 by 1350 pixels. Okay, the resolution is 100. We keep it at 100. The color mode is RGB, not CMYK. So every other thing on screen, you keep it the way it is. Then we'll click OK because we are done. Now, next thing we are going to do is to import the background. How do you import a background into Photoshop? You come to your menu, go to where the background is, and you pick the background and drag it into Photoshop. Voila, we've just done that. Now you can see that the background is not fit. Yeah, the canvas is bigger than background, so you have to adjust the background to fit the canvas. How do you adjust a background? You click Ctrl T or on window, or Command T on Mac and adjust it. When you've done that, you will see these white lines. Now you hold your Shift key and adjust it from the sides to fill the canvas like this. You adjust it. Okay, perfect. This is what we are looking for. Nice. Now the next thing we have to do is we want to blur out this background a bit. So how do you blur a background out? You click the background layer, then you come to this topmost part of Photoshop, this topmost part, then you see filter. You click on filter, you go to blur, and under blur you go to what? Gaussian blur. This is Gaussian blur. Now you click on Gaussian blur. Perfect. This is what we are looking for. As you can see, the screen, the layer is blurred out a bit already. Now you click, and the blur radius should be, I'm using is anyhow you want it. Okay, perfect. As you can see, the layer is blurred out already. Now you can change the blur radius to whatever you want, whatever figure you want. Me, I am sticking with 5.6, and you click OK because you are done. Now I want to blur out only this part of this layer, of this background layer. I want this crown to be visible. You get? So now I want to unblur only the crown area. So now how do you do that? You click here on this white marks, then you come to what? Brush. B for brush. You press B or you click B. You click brush here, and this icon will show. Then make sure the foreground color is what? Black, not white, because you have what? A white layer, so your foreground color is going to be black. Then you paint it across here. As you can see, it is revealing the crown only. It is revealing what? The crown. And make sure your flow is what? 100 and opacity is 100. So it's revealing the crown only. Perfect. This is what you want. Now the next thing you have to do is what? Import the model. Import the model. I've already removed the background of the model and I've worked on the pictures of the model, so we just afterwards import the pictures. Okay, you now click the pictures and drag them into what? Photoshop, and place them this way. Perfect. Perfect. This is what we are looking for. Okay, now you now adjust the pictures because they are too big, so you adjust them. You click So you now adjust the pictures. You click Ctrl T or Command T and adjust it. Yeah, adjust the pictures. Adjust this one, Command T, and adjust it. Right. Then Command T and adjust this one too. Perfect. Okay, this is what we are looking for. Now, what do we do next? We want to clear off this part of the image that we will not use, or this side of the image that we will not use. Now, if you want to do that, you come to the image, and create a clipping mask here, and take your brush tool, B for brush, and clear this area that you will not make use of. Now, this do same to this tool. Come to this image, create a clipping mask, B for brush, go to a brush tool, and clear this downside. Mind you, whenever you are doing that, your foreground color must be black and your layer mask must be what? White. Okay, we are done with this aspect. Now, what do we do next again? We have to import in another background for this ground where this model will be standing on. This place is not looking beautiful, so you have to import another background to this design to make this place dark a bit. So we go to menu now and import that background. Now this is the background. Voila. Okay, as you can see, this background is covering the first background and we don't want that. We just want this down part of the background. Okay, so what do we do now? We will not drill. We create a clipping mask, B for brush, and clear these up parts. Make this up part visible. Make the down background visible, and clear it down. All right, this is what we are having. This is what we are having. We now increase this background a bit. Increase it. We now increase it so that this place will be visible. Exactly. Now we now reduce the opacity a bit. How do you reduce opacity? You click on the background and look for this place. Come to this top opacity field. Now it is 100%. So now reduce it a bit. Now reduce a bit. Perfect. It's now matching. Now, what do you do next? We want to write text, the name of the model. So how do we do that? We now come to T forward text. We now click it and click our screen, our workspace. Now, the text we are going. The model's name is what? Mrs. Joy Council. So the font we are using for Joy, as you can see, is a script font. So the font we are using for Joy is what? Audrena script. Okay, Audrena script. So now click and type Joy. Now type Joy. Okay, now we now increase the word size. Ctrl T and drag it. Ctrl T and drag it. And drag it. All right. Okay. This is what we are having. All right. This is perfect. This is what perfect. Okay. We now place this text well, perfectly. Now, you can see that what I did here, I made this text, the celebrant, to be inside this text, as you can see. So that is the magic we want to create now. Just follow me keenly and let's do that. Okay, now for us to do that, we have to make a duplicate of this text, this name Joy. We have to make a duplicate. So how do we make a duplicate? We have to press Ctrl J on Windows and Command J on Mac. Control J. So we have a duplicate. Now this, you can see a copy, joy copy. Now we have to drag this joy copy down behind this image, and that is what we have just done. So we have two copies of this joy. Now on the first copy, the copy above this celebrant, this image, you have to add a you have to create a clipping mask. You have to create a clipping mask, a white clipping mask. Now we go to our brush, B for brush, and reduce the size of the brush with our brackets. Reduce the size of the brush and make sure the foreground color is what, black. Now you want to erase this part of the joy. You want to erase this part of the joy. Mind you, look at this. We erase this part. Sorry, we erase this part, leaving this up part. And that's what we want to replicate now. So how do we do that? We now just have, as we've added a white clip marks, black foreground color, take our brush. Now we now come to this place to clear out this part. Clear out this part. Voila, as you can see, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. Now we are still going to clear out the leg area too. The leg area, so that it will be like she's standing on it. Yes, perfect. Perfect. This is what we have been looking for. Perfect. Perfect. See the magic we just created. That is wonderful. Now the next name is what? Cancel. Cancel, and we use the font we are using for cancel is what? Angelic what? Bold. Angelic child, sorry, Angelic's child. So cancel. All right, so we now have to increase the size by pressing Ctrl T and scaling it from the sides. All right, this is what we have got. Perfect. Now the next thing is, and the celebrant name is Mrs. Joy, so we have to type Mrs. Joy, and we are using the same angelic child to type the Mrs. Perfect. This is it. So as you can see here, the Mrs. is lying at the edge of this joy. So that is what we are still going to do. So now you have to press Ctrl T for transform, then you turn it and adjust it to this place. Adjust it to this place. Make sure it fits here. It sits down very well. Ctrl T to adjust it and make sure it sits down very perfectly well. Perfect. This is what we are looking for. Now you can see that this text is not popping because what? It is the background is not dark enough. So we are going to add a dark shadow beneath the text. So how do we do that? We come to this model, the model. Now when you get to the model, you now click to add a new layer. On top of the model, you now click to add what? A new layer. You get? Yes, you now click to add a new layer. Now you now come here and you press G for gradient, and you will slide from down to up. You get? Down towards up. Perfect. You can see that the name is already popping now. The name is what? Already popping. Now what do you do next? We are not done with this. We are not done with the text area. Now you can see that here we put courtesy green wishes and a little poem, the date, and happy blessed birthday. So we are just going to impute that immediately now. So I have that poem already with me as a PNG, so I just drag it in, resize it a bit, resize it very well, and place it carefully here. You can see what I'm doing. I'm placing it carefully here. All right, now I'm still going to add the courtesy here. I still have that courtesy here. you go to your menu and drag it into what Photoshop and adjust it to fit in here. You place it here perfectly well. Now you now type courtesy with your type tool, T for type, courtesy. Now you are using the font Poppins for the courtesy. So now we now adjust the size and place it carefully here. Adjust it, Ctrl T for transform, and place it carefully here. Voila, this is awesome. Okay, now it remained the date. Now, so you just go to T for what, text, and click and type the date. The date here is 2nd of March, April 2025 in Roman numerals. So IVMMFXB. So 2nd of what, April. 2nd of April. So I slash IV slash IV slash MMFSV. Alright, now you now reduce the size by hitting Ctrl T, holding shift and adjust it. Okay, now you see that I did a curve here in this, so that is what we want to do now. We want to replicate this. Now you come to here. Now you now left click and convert it to what? A smart object. Convert it to a smart object. Now you now press Ctrl T to transform. Then you left click again, and what you do, what you come to this place and hit the word wrap button. Wrap, you hit wrap. You see, then you now come to this top. After hitting the wrap, you come to this top and select arc, the first icon here, arc. After doing that, you see that your date is already giving you this fill. Now you now turn it whichever way you like it to fit in here. I'm already okay with this, so you now press OK, return. You now press return on your keyboard because you are okay with it, or you come to this top and press this and click on this good sign and click it, and you now press Ctrl T and turn it, adjust it to fit in here. You reduce this if you want to. Yes, adjust it to fit in here. Yes, you can see adjust it, and you press OK, or you click this good sign, or you press return on your key because you are okay with it. Perfect. So you can see we are almost done with this. So look at this name, is not popping. This Mrs. is not popping because there is no dark shade behind it. It is not coming out. So you can either add a drop shadow by coming to this effects to add a drop shadow. You change the color to black and you play with this place so that it will pop out, so that the misses will pop. Alright, okay, we are good. Okay, now what do we do next? We want to add some light to this image to make the design pop. As you can see, we want to add some lights. Now we go to menu, to our resource files, take this light in. Right, we take this light to the back of the model first. Okay, take it to the back of the model first. We change its blend mode from here, change the blend mode of the light in here from normal to screen. Now as you can see, the light is yellowish and this background is not blending well with this light. So now I have to add a hue and saturation layer to this light only. So now we now come to this down part of it, clicking the lights layer. Now come to this down part of this Photoshop and go to this fourth icon here and click it. Come to hue and saturation and you click it, and make sure you press your clipping mark so that the hue and saturation will affect only the light. So you now press click marks it to the light. Then you now toggle this place to look for the color that best fits you. So now let's keep it at 0 first. Let's keep it at 0 first. Now we now toggle it to the left minus I think this is perfect. Minus 45 is perfect. Minus 45 is perfect. It's giving the same feel with the background. So now I have to adjust it so that it will make this place pop. You can see that is what we are looking for. Exactly, that's what we are looking for. Now we have to duplicate that light and bring it on top of everything. So we have to duplicate it by pressing Ctrl J. You have to duplicate it by pressing Ctrl J. Mind you, the hue and saturation will have to come together with the light so that the effect will be the same. So you have to hold their two together. You have to join their two together and press Ctrl J and take them up to the top, most top. Yeah, perfect. So now you now come to this light and adjust the light, keeping it at this edge. You will now still do the same thing. You have to hold these two together and make a copy again, and hold Ctrl T and take this other one to this side, on this side. Perfect. This is what we are looking for. Perfect. Wow. So now, as you can see, the design is almost ready. So now what do you do now? You just, as you can see, the design is right-sided already. So you have to just adjust these two images to balance the design. Okay. All right. So let's go. We come to this image first. The bigger image. We hold Ctrl T and expand it a bit. To gain more space here. Perfect. Now we come to this other image. Click it. Hold Ctrl T. Press Ctrl T and adjust it. Right, to fill this side a bit. Now you come to this other image and take it inside a bit. Come to this bigger image and take it inside a bit. You see now. Perfect. Okay. Now, if you look at this design, I added some flowers. Those flowers, you can see those flowers now. That is what we are going to do next. So I will go to my menu and import those flowers in now. Alright, you now go to menu. This is the flower I used. So you have to resize it to beautify the design. Resize it so we can make a duplicate, a copy of it by pressing Ctrl J, then press Ctrl T to resize and place it in different positions. Still make a copy of it, resize it and place it in different positions just to beautify the design. You get, just to beautify the design. Are you seeing the magic we have already created? This is perfect. This is exactly what we are looking for. Wow, it's amazing. You can see that the light is already giving the model a kind of color grade. You see, It's given the model a color with it that blends with the background, as you can see. Okay, now what do we do next? If you see look at this design, there are some write-ups here that are included just to make, they are like aesthetics. That is what I did. So, and those texts, I'll just go to my resource files and copy those texts into Photoshop. I'll drag it into Photoshop and I'll place it here. And what I did, I'll copy it and take it, press Ctrl T and take it to the downside. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now I'll still copy the other one and take it to the downside to fill this left side of the design. Now I will reduce the opacity of this write-up. It will not be that obvious. So I click on all of them, holding shift on the. I click the first one, holding shift, then click the last one. That in that way I've been able to mark the three together. That's how they mark things in Photoshop. Now you come to this place, opacity and fill. You reduce the opacity a bit. Reduce the opacity a bit. You can see that it has reduced. It's just looking faint, and that's the feel we want. Perfect. Perfect. Let's go back to this file. As you can see, we have not added the happy place birthday. So that is what we are going to add next. Okay. So we go to T for text, and the font we'll be using is Poppins. So we now type happy blessed birthday. Okay, now you can see that the text is not well aligned. You can see that the text is not well aligned. Now, what do you do now? You click on this text and make sure this is at the edge, and reduce the size of the text. Reduce the size of the text. Yeah. Okay, let's keep it at 18. This at 18. Okay, then we'll take it down to this place. Down to this place. Down to this place. Wow, perfect. Please, if you have made it to this extent, thank you for staying by. Thank you for staying by. I appreciate you. Please do us. Please try us. Please, if you have made it to this extent, I really appreciate you. Please try and subscribe. Hit the subscription button. Hit the subscription button. That will encourage me to do more videos, and like, share, comment on this video so that it will get to other creatives. Also hit the notification button so that you will be the first to see a new video I upload. Alright, so as you can see, the flyer is set already. Isn't this wonderful? This is great. 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 So in order for you to make your design pop, now this is a sheet code. Now you can use lens flare to pop your design. You can see what these lights did to this design. If I turn off this light, you see that design is already looking dull. But if I on this light, you can see it has made the design to look very sharp and well color graded. You can see. So that is a cheat code about this lens flare most times, but most times you don't use it. That's just the truth. You don't use it always, but when you use it, you have to use it very well. So thank you very much for standing by. Thank you for following me up to this point, and I really want to tell you that more good contents are coming. So just stick to this channel. Subscribe. Peace. See you. Bye.